Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome. This is Dan, everybody. Everybody, Dan.
Hello,
Dan,
everybody. I'm Dan from the credit sequence.
The credits. You also know him as from View to a Kill, of course. There's a lot of Dan stands out there. They're often saying, "When's Dan going to be on again doing his Christopher Walken?" He's here now, live.
Hello, but I'm not going to break it out yet. I mean, that would be we're closed on Christopher Walken impressions.
Yeah, and also awkwardly, we've both turned up in the same uniform, which is fun.
Yeah. In fact, we've got some of even the beige behind us is about the same as well.
Yeah, everyone's going to think that we've written to each other and gone, "Oh, should we wear red tonight?" This is spontaneous. This is the kind of what you're getting this evening. Spontaneous stuff.
Magic. It's magic so far.
The magic of television. But it wouldn't be an evening without this. It's wonderful to be back with you. We've got a packed show tonight. But before we begin, here's the news.
Oh
yeah, sorry. I should have warned you.
I'm going to do the two Ronnie thing.
Yeah. A man in Inverness who made a scale replica of the Titanic disaster in his bathtub has been accused of indecently exposing himself. But he says that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Mistress Edna, Britain's longest-serving dominatrix, retired today. She was given a proper send-off by her colleagues who had a big whip round.
Britain's gravediggers went out on strike today in solidarity with the National Union of Prostitutes. They both demand better pay for handling stiffs.
And musical historians have uncovered Mozart's earliest piece. Her name was Hilda, and she worked in the bakery next door.
There was sadness today when the world's oldest beekeeper died in Lowestoft. His colleagues all came out in hives as tribute.
And finally, the Welsh terror organisation, the Yaki Dan, have claimed responsibility for Richard Burton's performance in The Exorcist II, The Heretic.
How about that? That's good, isn't it? It's good, then. We've got a bit of Welsh in there for you.
Got a bit of Welsh. Always try and slip in some Welsh.
Oh, that's what you say.
I don't. I say sorry. I just apologise for the penetration. Where's this gone all of a sudden?
Monty Benny.
Right. John, what the flip is John drinking? Dan, sort your mic. How am I not clear?
Are you not? You're clear in my ears.
Tim Coleman, sort your ears out.
Yeah, I'm drinking wine. Well, to be more precise, it's a Chardonnay.
I'm drinking Macallan's 12-year-old. The whiskey.
I beg your pardon. You're drinking a 12-year-old. This is not
a 12-year-old.
So how are you, Dan?
I'm very well. I have. It's warm. I'm warm.
Oh, isn't it?
And that's and living through a plague, and that's those are my two overwhelming features right now.
I mean, you don't have to keep saying we're living through a plague. I mean, we have to use another expression, surely.
A Tory government.
Nice. Yeah. Someone's already jumped in with a Welsh reference saying "puddle of cum."
Yeah, which is the correct pronunciation of that show. That's a joke I do in my act when I'm in England, but never in Wales because I would be lynched by my own people.
Which is because it's your EastEnders, isn't it?
It's not my EastEnders, but then these EastEnders.
I mean, your people.
My people's EastEnders is but no, I've never watched it, so I can't tell you what happens.
Oh.
So I've heard vaguely what happens in EastEnders. Apparently, what happens on Bubble of Cum is every 6 months all the writers change, so they basically they don't watch old episodes. So it's just like, oh, he looks like a crackhead. He's a crackhead now, even though he used to be the vicar. So I mean, it's a bit more David Lynchy, I reckon, than EastEnders.
Oh, I like it because EastEnders is season 1's finished now, isn't it?
And see, it's finally finished, is it?
Well, yeah, they run out of episodes, so they're now showing best ofs, I think.
Oh, but aren't they all exactly the same?
Yeah. You find out at the end of season 1 that Rowley was behind it all, the dog.
I mean, that's one for the crowd more than me.
That's a joke from someone who hasn't watched EastEnders in about 20 years. Tell us about the hair, Dan.
Let's talk through this situation. So I've cut my my own hair with clippers.
Did you?
And then some scissors. Oh, sorry, I got my beard trimmer and then comb, shaved that, and then clipped the back with just scissors, kitchen scissors, because I now have barbering scissors, but they didn't arrive till today, and I was too warm yesterday. So this is yeah. I think it's turned out quite well. It's got a Cornish surfer whose girlfriend catches hair for him look, but other than that, it's all right.
I think it's all right.
I was starting to get hair wings.
Yeah.
And you look neat this entire time. You comb it properly. Yours falls properly. Mine is a shambles. Mine looks like a fedora if I let it.
Mine only looks good at the moment because I've got headphones holding it back. But it's a fucking mess, darling.
Oh well. Oh. I like it.
Oh, bless you. We've got some stuff in the comments. Raoul Moat played sitar on Susie Quattro's Can the Can before he was offed by the Babylon. Not true, Andy.
Are these sometimes lies just pumped into the
yeah, that's the people we're attracting here. The opening sequence was like an advert for an escort service. I'm glad you said that. That's kind of what I was going for.
It is. Show them the phone number.
Oh yeah, shit. Just a reminder that the lines are open. If you want to phone in and book a golden shower or light hand relief
from the Men in Red.
From the Men in Red, yeah, like the Men in Black, but we stand under red lights
and toss people off. So in that way, it's nothing like that. Apart from we hold a small stiff thing with a gold, sort of a bright red bulbous end.
Yeah,
but it doesn't make you forget. If anything, it sears that memory in.
I mean, you'd want that, wouldn't you? If either you or I wanked someone off, they would want to forget afterwards.
I think I can hear my kid just outside the door, but I'm going to say this anyway. I think I'd be really good at tossing a bloke off.
I reckon. Well, just based on
I've had one very happy customer for about 25 years.
Oh right, okay. And that's not you. That's the vicar.
No, that's the vicar.
Yeah, because I've been I'm 43 now, so I've probably been like 40 years behind the cock, and I'm quite happy with what I'm doing.
Wait, 40? Wait a minute. So you started wanking it at 3?
Did I say 40? I'm in 30. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. No, well, I mean, yeah.
Possibly. Anyway, Rutger Hauer used to work for Tag Heuer. No, he didn't, Edward. Will you stop this? I watched 3 episodes of the Australian version of Are You Being Served today. Why, Greg? I don't know why you did that.
What is the name of the Australian version of Are You Being Served?
Come on, Greg, ring in with the name of the Australian version.
Is that true? Is there an Australian version of that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it went all over.
Did it?
Oh, yes. The only Welsh I know is Y Property.
The Y there is pronounced And I don't know why you know this, but Property just means the oven. Hence, so you've never heard the Welsh word for microwave?
I was going to say, is that where Poppet in the oven comes from?
Poppy ping.
Oh.
It's the oven that goes ping.
That's amazing. That's so funny. That speaks volumes. Oh.
We're very proud of it.
Because I've seen you. You often post videos on Facebook saying, "Here's me doing some comedy," and I think, I'll have a look at that because Dan mostly does good comedy, and you do it all in Welsh, and I think that is racist because it means I can't watch it.
But there's subtitles. I tend to subtitle myself as well. You could watch it, but
you don't get the timing.
You don't get the timing, and that is key. But then Welsh doesn't lend itself to timing as a language because there's too many fucking words.
But it is funny because you'll be like saying, scalag quack quack, and then you'll say prick.
And I always scalag quack quack.
Yeah, that sort of thing. I'm picking up in the timbre of the Welsh.
God almighty. I'd love it if you did Duolingo.
There's a Duolingo comment here. I tried to learn Welsh on Duolingo, and he's obsessed with dragons.
Okay. I mean, that's not really what Duolingo's for. It doesn't help you speak to dragons.
That's the film Dragonheart.
Yeah. Who just famously Scottish.
Yeah, he's a Scottish dragon.
Yeah, but he's not going scabbity bag or whatever the fuck you just said.
Scalag quack quack.
Scalag quack quack. Dragonheart.
Yeah.
Danish, the chap from inner space.
I have given half of my heart to the king, and it turns out he's a cunt. I'd like it back, please. That's Dragonheart.
I remember being bored to death with that fucking film.
It's really shit. And Dennis Quaid does that thing where everybody around him is saying, higgledy-piggledy, I am a medieval person. And he's like, I hunt dragons. I'm from Milwaukee.
American, yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one. There's an American actress in it who was the girl from Starship Troopers who played Diz.
Oh, Dina Meyer.
That's the one. She's in that, and she's saying, oh, my beloved, oh. And he's like, hi, I'm coming to kill a dragon in my 4x4.
Wait, where's he supposed to be set? In medieval Europe?
Well, whenever dragons were around, Dan. I don't know. I'm not a geography teacher. I mean, not geography. I'm not a history teacher. I don't know when the time of dragons was.
Wait a minute. I'm just looking at the comments. Last week, John told everyone how he met Dan. He was very clear. He was clearly very much in love with Dan. It was a lovely story. Then Litchfield told us he saw his granddad die falling down the stairs.
No, Paul told us. Paul said his granddad. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he said his
saw my granddad falling down the stairs.
No, he saw his granddad die.
Because we don't know what happened to my granddad, and if this is how I find out that he was murdered by Litchfield.
Well. I mean, Paul might be watching. He won't be. He might be watching. Paul, if you're watching.
Did you kill my granddad?
Australian version. You boomerang served.
Very good, very good.
No, last week I told the story. I can't remember how it came up, but I told the story of how I met you at the Craft of Comedy.
Yeah.
And I was just saying that I had a shite day, and I went to the pub, and I ended up just sitting at a table with you and you a lot because we'd won the quiz, didn't we?
Yeah.
We entered the quiz, the Craft of Comedy quiz, and we bloody won it.
That was a hell of a team as well because we had Shannon Williams, who's the head of comedy for Radio 4 on our team.
Al Murray
was there.
Yeah. Dave Cohen.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Me. I mean, and I won it for us because I knew all the names of the Police Academy sequels.
Wait, everyone knows all the names of the Police Academy sequels.
No, they didn't. I think you and me did, but no one else did.
No, these people. How do they get a job in comedy? That should be day one stuff.
They all went to bloody Cambridge, Oxford. Ironing in Welsh is smoothie.
That is, yeah, to make something smooth.
That's really funny. Are You Being Served was called the same in Australia. A total of 16 episodes were produced in 2 series, which aired in 1980 and 81. Inman reprises well. They like to do that when they nick a series abroad. They like to nick one of the cast, don't they?
God, I'd love it if they tried like a Latvian version of Publicum and they still try casting the same people.
Do you remember that they did a sitcom in, I think it was Bulgaria, called My English Neighbour? And it was all in Bulgarian, but the English neighbour was played by Leslie Grantham.
Is this available?
That is, I think it's on, if you Google it, you'll find it. I think it's on Vimeo.
Look up Leslie Grantham, Bulgarian sitcom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before he died and after he murdered a taxi driver. But but it's in the neighbourhood. Pete Postlethwaite's greatest role.
Look at people bragging that they know what they're all called. All the
what are they bragging? Dan's granddad. Oh, this is Dan's granddad, who died a long time ago. This is something we do. Who died? Fucking. Oh no! Everyone's going in on the Police Academy sequels.
Yeah.
Maybe Paul is. I daren't say his name, but Mark. Oh, right, yeah. He means.
Please complete part of this live stream in a Condo Man voice. Yes, you do a very good Condo Man.
Who does?
You do.
Do I?
You do a pretty good Woody Wilkins.
Oh, I don't know. Hi, I'm Woody Wilkins. Look, I'm gonna fly off the Eiffel Tower. It's basically not doing a very good American accent.
But what I'll say is, yeah, exactly. So only 2 people have ever bothered trying to do an impression of Woody Wilkins, right?
Right. Who's the other one?
what's his name? The one who played the part.
Oh, Crawford, right?
Yeah, it's just you and Crawford.
It's good company to be in. If you need me to roller skate out of a truck into a baby shop, I'm up for it. That's all I'm
Baby
saying.
shop. They're called maternity wards.
No, it was mother care, which doesn't exist anymore, of course.
Doesn't it?
No, it's gone.
What is it now? Where do you go to get baby shit?
Nappies, Dan.
Oh yeah.
No, I think it's like supermarkets have taken over because all of Mothercare went out of business.
Oh, that's right. I was there on the last day.
You were there on the last day.
Well,
You were there for the sale.
I was at the sale, which I haven't even got a kid, so I don't know why I did it. It's just, you never know.
That's just a bit weird.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, when Mothercare went out of business, of course, people weren't doing enough. Fucking, that's the problem. The English Neighbour, a 4-part TV comedy based on a novel by Michal Levish. When I wrote The English Neighbour, the first person I had in mind, this is my Bulgarian, was of course Dirty Den. Dirty Den, the funniest man in England.
In our country, he is revered as God. Drunken, rapey God.
He died in canal, but of course he did not die really. He came back and then he got caught wanking on video, and now he got killed off again.
Is that Jonathan dead?
Eh?
Is he dead, the actor?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wanked to death.
He wanked to death.
Right,
I mean, good on him. Good on him.
Yeah.
His last words were "Dirty Den." That's me.
Just Dirty Den. Remember me from Bulgaria.
Mm-hmm. The English neighbour who wanked to death. It's like the Englishman who went up a hill that came down a mountain. It's the Englishman who wanked and then came and died. Which, of course, is one of your proudest nation's films, isn't it?
The man who came up a mountain.
But went down a molehill.
And the man who went up a mountain and came. That's it. Yeah.
Who jizzed.
That was. I'm pretty sure the original pitch was just based on that. It was just a man who's gonna have Hugh Grant, right? He's gonna walk up a mountain, toss himself off, and then fuck off. And the Welsh Arts Council was prepared to fund that, but they realised it wasn't commercially viable. Yeah, fuck him, you wank, and then fuck off. But then they figured out they needed a second act and a third act
and a second actor.
Then a second actor,
because it was just one actor wanking on a hill.
Well, I think at the start of the film, he asks for directions.
I've never seen it.
No, in a town, yeah, he walks into a town in Wales, and he just walks up to the first Welshman he sees. Where's a good place for a wank? And a Welshman says, "Only fuck off up a mountain, a wanker." And that was the original cut, and then it didn't play well, in tests.
It didn't go down well in Caerphilly.
It didn't go down well in Caerphilly, which has a mountain, and
that was a good guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a good and it doesn't care to have Englishmen arriving willy-nilly and wanking.
I mean, is there other way to arrive?
Well, he could drive.
Please, Academy 12, we've never been to an academy. Oh, Edward, stop it now. Try saying a beer can without sounding like a West Indian saying bacon. Yes, that's true. That's true.
That's a fact.
When someone points out that you say Easter egg hunt, it sounds like Easter egg cunt, and you can never hear it another way. Tim is like our Desmond Morris. He's a studier. He's an anthropologist.
Right, yes.
He studies human behaviour. Tim, Easter is my favourite time of year, and you just made it a little bit better. Okay, good. We're all going to be rude at Easter. That's great.
Hello, Zoe. Zoe messaged me. She until yesterday, we apparently had the same hair.
All right, okay. Yeah.
I've trimmed mine, and she's still having issues with hers. I've suggested a mohawk. I think mohawks.
I mean, David Beckham had one famously. He made it fashionable. Do you remember? After all the punks stopped doing it.
I don't know anything about your English footballers or whatever he is.
He was an English footballer, Dan.
With a mohawk.
You had Ryan Giggs.
Ryan Giggs.
When he could be asked to turn up. But let's not talk about football. Went down a storm in Wrexham. I bet you did, Nick.
Wrexham? Damn near kills them.
Oh, what's that nightclub called in Cardiff again?
Which one?
Is it Fanny's or something?
Fanny's?
No, Swansea, sorry. Swansea.
Oh, Fanny's in Swansea. Yeah. Yeah, it's called Fanny's now. Used to be Sir Mingelot.
Sir Mingelot, yeah. Wasn't he in Robot Wars?
Yeah, it was too soft.
Oh.
That means you should get hammered.
No, there's a nightclub in Swansea, isn't there? Is it on the Golden Mile or something?
There's no golden. I mean, the rivers are piss.
Look, let's backpedal. You know, in Twin Town,
yeah,
we talked about it, and you said there's a nightclub.
Barons. It's called Barons.
Barons. Thank you, not Fanny's.
No, they're two very different things. I'd love to see your Baron. Oh no, that doesn't sound right.
No, I went to Rill. I'm not going there again.
I had a terrible night in Rill. I did a gig in Rill, right? It was a theatre.
I should say Dan is a working comedian.
Hello, well, used to be.
In inverted commas.
And there was I did a gig in Rill, and this tells you everything about the town of Rill. The theatre, it was 1,000-seater.
Yeah.
I was in a studio. There was 100-seater that had 11 people turn up for comedy. But in the theatre, they'd sold 1,000 tickets for some golfer I'd never heard of talking about his career.
Oh my god!
Fuck Rill.
Fuck Rill.
Fuck.
I mean, Dan, let's get real. Fuck it.
Let's get real.
Let's get real here.
I'm
going to say that when no one turns up to anything I do, I'm going to say this shit got real. You know, once I did a screening of Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, it didn't get real. But it was nearly real.
What constitutes real?
11 people turning up.
All right, okay. I don't know if it was worked as a percentage of the room size.
Well, yeah, I didn't do too badly. I was happy. I was dreading it all the way there because it didn't look like it was going to be good, and you know that would be fitting for the film we were watching.
Is it possible that people hate Superman 4?
It's very possible.
And didn't want to watch it because Christ alive.
I mean, that's entirely possible. You know,
learned your lesson there, haven't you?
I mean, let's get real here. But yeah, I mean, we did all right.
Who was the guest?
I had two that evening. I had Paul Litchfield, who I believe some people know, and Eleanor Morton.
Okay,
it was a good night. It was fun.
Apart from the fact that they had to sit through Superman: The Quest for Peace, which is different. Do you talk through it when you do a live show? Do you talk through it, or do you just let?
No, we watch the film, then we do the podcast on the stage.
That's a mistake. If you talked over it, people would love it a lot more.
Do you think?
Yeah, because that's a piece of crap, and everyone's seen it a million times, and it's 85 minutes that feels like an hour and plus another 3. It's a wretched film.
I like it.
Oh,
I went to see that when I was 10, and it was full of magic.
I want to see what?
It was full of magic. I love Superman.
I like Superman, but that one it's filmed in Milton Keynes.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
And I've got nothing against Milton Keynes, but it's no Metropolis.
No, it's not. It's not New York, is it?
It's not New York. It's Milton.
But then again, New York doesn't have concrete cows. Think on.
Which is why when something's set in Milton Keynes, they don't film it in New York to double for Milton Keynes.
That's true. That's very true. But, you know, they got away with it, didn't they? Because it's a cracking film. And there's one thing people watch Superman 4, they come away thinking is, I've never seen New York looking so splendid in all my life.
Have you heard John Cryer talking about making that movie?
Yeah.
And his only memory of making it is having a miserable time at work and then spending most of the time waiting for BT to connect his phone in his flat.
Yeah. It sounds horrible. And the whole thing's just horrible.
But you like it.
It's that thing, you know, when you see a film when you're young enough, and
are you incapable of liking a film with Gene Hackman's in it? Is that why you like Loose Cannon's 0% on Rotten Tomatoes as much as you did? If it's got Gene Hackman in it, it can't be all bad.
Dan Thomas, you well know that out of the 3 films we've watched, Loose Cannons was a masterpiece compared to the other 2.
Yes, but it's still.
It's still shit. Yeah.
Is the connecting thing here that it's Gene Hackman and Gene Hackman? Is that? I'm wondering if Gene Hackman could be it. What's your worst film? What's a film that makes you shudder when you think about it?
Oh, Contact.
What if Gene Hackman played the dad at the end?
Paul Contact. Yeah, maybe a bit, but I don't know. That's just a hard film to watch.
He's
Oh,
Jodie
Avatar.
Foster.
Avatar. I fucking hated Avatar.
All right. With technology, Gene Hackman could have played everyone in Avatar.
You could.
He could
There would be a much
whatever
better film
himself.
if it was like a tribe of Gene Hackmans. That would be amazing. Like Lady Gene Hackmans, like from the Birdcage.
Yeah, and like a flying dragon, Gene Hackman.
Oh, God, a flying dragon with Gene Hackman's
The
face.
massive
Imagine.
tree that they kill is
Tree with Gene Hackman's
it's
face.
just Gene Hackman.
It'd be like, have you watched, you got kids, right? Have you watched Everything's Rosie?
No, what's that?
It's a CBBC cartoon, but there's a tree in it called Oakley. And it's a big tree with a face. And imagine if that tree had Gene Hackman's face. Shout in the comments if you've watched Everything Rosie heads.
John made Dan watch Biggles. It was glorious. Look at this. Yeah, this tradition. Hopefully, it's going to end this week. I've seen one good film with you, haven't I?
Which one was that?
Probably View to a Kill.
Oh, View to a Kill. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a good one.
Well, we've watched Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Condor Man.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, we both went into that thinking this is going to be great.
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, going back to our Superman 4 conversation, when we were kids, we thought, this is great. It's not. Then we did Biggles, which is terrible. And then we did View to a Kill. And then on the Patreon, we've done Loose Cannons, Dr. Detroit, and Nothing But Trouble. I mean, it's not good.
And this week we're doing Brain Scan, which is I think going to be quite a strange one, and it's not going to be a piece of shit. It's going to be an interesting failure.
We'll have to finish. Oh, and Twin Town, as someone's reminding us, we did.
Watch and Twin Town. Thanks, Dwayne.
But Brainstorm's going to be interesting because it's not good, and also, it's got some controversy bolted onto it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about.
Very careful when we discuss this.
Very careful. I'm kind of hoping that someone dies before Tuesday, so we don't have to worry.
I think kids might sue us or hers.
That's true. I mean, we don't. I mean, let's get real here. We don't want wood.
How dare you, Biggles is in it? See, I knew this. This was people to this day are still defending that damn film.
I don't understand how you can defend it. The only thing he's got going through is Peter Cushing. But even then, he's having to say things like, "Time travel isn't impossible."
And as we discussed, I'm surprised I don't have a memory of watching that as a child and being absolutely terrified of this walking skeleton. He walks past a window and you can only see the bones for a second. He's just not. Oh, look at that!
God, you have to do Blame It on Rio. No, we can't do Blame It on Rio.
No, you've missed that. You've done the Michael Caine series, haven't you?
Yeah, and also it's problematic. It's very problematic.
I've never seen Blame It on Rio.
The follow-up to Dr. Detroit was the lesser-known Professor. No, it wasn't, Andy. Stop lying. Well, I think we're half an hour in now. I think maybe we should have a game. Should we have a game?
Let's have a game.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, because obviously we can't do Supermatch because Terry Wogan is a golfing tournament in Dumfries. So this evening, we're going to play a different game, a game called... And don't do drugs. I like to put political messages in everything we do. I think it's important to remind people not to do drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
I'm just going to drink this wine. Drugs, right? Yeah, right.
It's all right. You're not injecting it.
Right. So, in the comments, Dan's going to be one of the families this evening.
Right. Okay.
You're going to be what's a good surname for you? Do you want to go under your own or pick a new one?
They've always got ridiculous names in that show.
They have always got ridiculous names.
I would like it hyphenated. I'll be Wet Felchley.
Wet Felchleys. Okay, so playing against the West. If you want to play against the West Felchleys, the first person to say in the comments, Les Dennis equals more Dennis, will be the people to play head to head with the West Felchleys. So while we're waiting for that to happen, now it says here on my card, Dan West Felchley, that you enjoy scuba diving.
That's right. I'd like going down whenever the opportunity presents itself in a Caribbean setting.
Now, it says here that you enjoy killing people.
Me?
No, sorry. No, sorry. Oh, we've got people. We got Fantastic Mr. Ox. Less Dennis equals more Dennis. Like Fantastic Mr. Ox. You are playing this evening. You're going to play Family Fortunes.
Okay.
Now, if I'm going to bring you both up to the imaginary virtual podium. Okay. Now, if you just shake hands, I'm going to ask. We asked 100 people to name something you do with no shoes on. So, Dan Westfeldt, I'll ask you first. What's something that people do with no shoes on? And Fantastic Mr. Fox, while Dan's playing, you can answer, and I'll bring you in a minute. So, Dan, what's something people do when they've got no shoes on?
Whistle in a hole.
Whistle in a hole. Okay. Well, our survey says. Okay, so bad luck. Mr. Ox, your answer is Mark Whiston. Okay, let's ask. Our survey says. Sorry about that. Okay, so Dan, back to you. You've got control of the board. Any other ideas? What people do with no shoes on?
Things that people do with no shoes on. They watch the Popty Ping and wait.
Okay, they watch the Popty Ping and wait. I'm sorry, Dan. Mr. Rocks, can you think of another one that people do with no shoes on? While we're waiting, Dan, I believe you're a forklift driver in your spare time.
Yes, and in my not spare time as well, I've been glued to a forklift permanently. So I have to get anywhere. I'm on one now, but I've put some cloth over it to make it look like a sofa.
Interestingly, while we're waiting for Mr. Rocks to come up with another answer. Oh, here we go. Mr. Rocks has got one. Read a book about snakes. Read a book about snakes. Let's see. And our survey says. I'm sorry, Mr. Rocks. No. Dan, last time for you. Things people do with no shoes on.
The late Miranda Hart.
The late Miranda Hart. It's a good guess. Let's see what they say. I'm sorry, Dan. No. Mr. Rocks, last chance for you. While we're waiting for Mr. Rocks to answer, it says here that you've recently come back from holiday.
That is right. I was in the Caribbean scuba diving and attempting to have emergency surgery to have this forklift removed.
And I believe something quite funny happened to you at the airport.
I was killed.
It says here because you were presumed to be a member of the Taliban.
Yes. What had happened was I'd stolen a towel from a hotel, and they're very strict in Bristol Airport, and they assumed I was a terrorist disguised as a forklift.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're here tonight, though. Mr. Rock says, trip up a pensioner. I'm afraid not, Mr. Well, actually, let's ask what
the whole thing's rigged. He knows the answers.
Right, well, I'm afraid neither of you got it. I'll give you what the surveys actually said. So, at number 6.
I just see Greg Evigan has joined. Miranda Hart dies tomorrow.
Miranda Hart, who dies tomorrow?
Actually, that wasn't Greg Evigan as the Avatar, so that's a lie.
No, it's John Holmes, the porn actor.
Oh, yeah.
How I know that, I have no idea. So the 6 answers I've got here from our survey carried out with the great British public. Number 6, things you would do with no shoes on. Number 6, piss into a cup.
I was about to say that.
I know, sorry. Hunt ghosts. Soft play. I can't believe no one thought of that.
Yeah.
Eagle poaching. Space Wimbledon.
Right.
And finally, our number 1 answer is murder sleeping people.
I didn't know we were supposed to do serious guesses. I would have got all of them.
I know you, and I'm sorry. But everybody, thank you for Mr. Rocks, and thank you, Dan. What was it? Wetfelch?
Wetfelchley.
Wetfelchley. Thank you both for playing. this evening, Family Fortunes. And I'll see you next time. Don't do drugs. Lovely. Oh, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
So what? There was a no score draw there.
There was a no score draw, but don't worry, everybody. There's another round later. Later on in the show, who died last week? So Dan.
Yeah. Yes.
Now you are familiar to everybody on this podcast as being Dan Thomas. Podcast, video. Dan Thomas, who is a comedian and a Welshman.
Yeah.
What's your favourite difference between the Welsh and the English? I mean, when you go to England and you do gags about Wales.
Listen, I'm a proud Welshman. With that said, if you do a gig in England and it doesn't go your way for the first couple of minutes, an English crowd will go, you'll get this. A Welsh crowd will straight up fuck you up.
Really?
We're a terrible bunch of people.
Really?
I can say that now. I'm on my first and a half whiskey.
I mean, don't worry. This doesn't go out in Wales.
Oh, well, that's a relief. Fine.
Yeah.
You know what? We're both good people, but we're a cleaner people.
Yeah.
You're
a cultured people.
No, that's incorrect.
You've got those little boats.
The coracle.
Yeah.
The ones that look like a cricket box.
Yeah. It's fun.
That doesn't make it cultured. If somebody sees a genital guard and goes, you know what, that'll be handy for fishing if I make it bigger, that doesn't make us a great people. That makes us a lazy people who can't be bothered to learn decent boat technique.
Well, I beg to differ.
You know what? I'll be fair. Your accent is getting better.
I've had a lot of practice.
Just in that room.
And you know what? I'm going to shock you now.
Yeah.
Ewan Griffith.
It's been a year coming, that has.
It has about a year, yeah.
I think it was in Edinburgh last year when we were drinking, and I realised that you had a severe speech issue around the word Ewan Griffith.
Because I was previously calling him Ewan Griffith.
Yeah, it's a the at the end.
Doesn't it seem funny now, thinking back on it, that Ewan Griffith was in Fantastic Four?
Or working at all, yeah.
Oh my God. Didn't he make his name on Hornblower?
Well, it depends. If you're English, yes. If you're Welsh, it's like, well, no, he was in that very nice brass band. He was more fit. He came up because he did Bubble of Cum and stuff as well.
He did Bubble of Cum, yeah.
He did Bubble of Cum, and as big. He was briefly big, but as big as he is, I know a bunch of people whose parents still refer to him as that nice boy from brass band.
So there was a TV series about a brass band?
No, he was literally in a local brass band, and that's what some people remember him from more than Hollywood films, because this is Wales we're talking about. Because
in England, he got where he was through horn blowing, which is how a lot of actors get where they are.
You used to back in the not so much now, but in the 80s, you could really help your career if you blew Michael Horn.
It's a different time. Robert Lindsay as well.
Wait a minute, who did he blow? Or is he the one you blow?
Well, Robert Lindsay played Hornblower.
In what?
Hornblower.
Well, who did Ewan Griffith play?
He's number 2. He was like his Commander Riker, if you will.
Oh, right, okay. But he's the one in all the posters. Because it was only Housewives buying the box set.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if you wanted to appeal to the ladies, you'd probably go with Ewan Griffith over Robert Lindsay. Although Robert Lindsay's not an ugly man, is he?
No, he's a reasonable looking man. I just didn't know he was in Hornblower. Was Hornblower before Titanic?
I think it was. Please, someone's going to tell me in the comments, I'm sure. Mark Weston's been in charge. People with shoes on deck, Dwayne Hickman. Don't know what that means.
No.
Sure. Oh, there. I'm back in the comments. We're still talking about Blanket
He
family
was Hornblower.
fortunes.
Oh, Patrick McHugh says he was Hornblower. Robert Lindsay was someone else. Maybe he was the sixth surgeon or something.
Ewan Griffith was Hornblower.
He was. God, do you know what? This is what I love about the people who are your fans. They know this stuff straight away. They haven't Googled this. They know exactly who you played.
Yeah, they do. They're really good.
You're good people.
Yeah, I'm catching up with the comments. Sorry, everybody.
John, you fucked it. You've actually angered people over this.
I have fucked it. Didn't the two Ronnies flee to Wales in the final episode of Worm That Turned? Yeah, they did.
They did, yeah. And then there was a
because Ronnie Corbett said every time I do a Welsh accent, I sound Pakistani, which has stayed with me for life. John, there's a comment from me here, which is John, please pronounce. Okay, I'm going to give this my best shot. Dan obviously is our judge here.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm going to take a moment to I need to approach this properly.
Take it in bits.
Okay, so it is Mach.
Yeah, brilliant.
Machin.
No.
Machian.
Nope.
Macan.
Leave Mach, right? You nailed Mach. Put that on one side. We're now moving on to the Y and the N.
Well, I reckon. A Y is kind of like an
Yeah.
So it's Macan.
Where are you getting the ch from at the end? It's a th.
There's two L's in Wales. That's a isn't it?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
That's what they do when they write police reports and they have to do the walkie-talkies. They put two L's for that bit.
But you're doing the noise for the th at the end as well.
No, I said Mach.
Yeah, brilliant. And Macan. Nailed it. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, all in one go. I'm going to take this plane off now off the runway. So, Machaner.
What the hell was that?
Machenetheth.
That's in Spain. I mean, well done. You know what? The takeoff and landing was great. The flight in the middle, bumpy.
I mean, I'll get there one day. One day I'll conquer Wales. There's some Welsh here. May pobl and
here we go.
Nubi Andy have fun bothering to ghost and real.
I think that may be a racist slur that's been put through Google Translate.
What is it? What does it mean?
The people of Wales think Rent-A-Ghost is real.
That's a racist slur. I won't have that, Tim, against my Welsh friends, who I've got nothing but respect for. And Dan is, as we know, a professional Welsh man.
Yeah.
I have dyslexia. Written Welsh does my head in. Sorry, Diane, but that's racist.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's a neurological thing. I mean, let that go. That's fine.
It's actually pronounced Mach.
Well played, Mr. Ox.
Danalinga, you could get your own app. You could say, I'll do an impression of you here. My name is Dan Thomas, and I would like to teach you how to speak Welsh.
That isn't a terrible accent, honestly.
It's not bad, is it?
You're getting better every week.
It's because I talk to two Welshmen every week.
Yeah.
I mean, two types of Welshmen as well. I get a really clever intellectual one in Dean Burnett.
Yeah.
And I get you.
Hello.
Oh. Who is obviously really clever and intellectual, but
I am
as admitted earlier, would happily wank someone off.
Well,
which is not something you'd ever hear Dean say, to be fair.
Do you know what? You don't know what he was like before he got a book deal.
How did he get the book deal? I mean, we've all done that. He
got the book deal because he's a very good writer. But how was he initially paying the bills? Wanking people off in alleyways. Oh, I should say, wait a minute, just about the person who I just said toss people off in alleyways. I've got a copy of his book here, Dean Burnett, The Happy Brain, available now. He doesn't really wank people off in alleyways anymore.
But he does have to speak to Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, because they're friends. They became friends because
they're friends, isn't that?
Really I love that. I love that we have a mutual. The thing is, his friend. We have mutual friends with Whoopi Goldberg, and I have a mutual friend with Greg Evigan.
You do? You've got Hollywood friends.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, behind you, because in these usual kind of internet situations, there's a bookcase.
Yeah.
I have noticed that you've got one book.
I got just the one book. I have more around the room, but it wasn't I couldn't sit there. So I just grabbed my favorite book to show that I'm an intellectual. This is Hijack by Edward Wellen.
Wellen.
It is the Mafia. What is that? The Mafia takes to space, and as you can see, he's got a little.
He's got a little hat on top of his spacesuit.
Got a little hat on top of his spacesuit. We don't know how it attaches. He's got a Tommy gun in space.
Is that stapled on him, and does that ruin the?
It looks like it's sort of at a jaunty angle. It looks like it's adjustable. It looks like it just stays on because he's Mafia, isn't he?
I mean, how did the Mafia get in space, Dan?
I haven't read it. I don't want because the thing is, with a book like that, you don't want to read it and find out that it's not very good.
What does the blurb say at the back?
Big deal at Cape Canaveral.
Hang on. I'd like to hear it in the voice of Crystal Walken, please.
Oh, okay. We're going to break it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Big deal at Cape Canaveral. Nobody knew what it was, but it was big. And college-trained Nick Talent drew the assignment of finding out what was in it for the Mafia. He gathered in all the information he had, put a statistical genius to work on it, and he got the answer. The end of the world. But Nick was an angle player, and he knew there must be one somewhere, if only he could find it in time. Mafia. Wow.
Brilliant. Thanks, Chris.
I'd be in that.
You would. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know who Imelda Staunton is married to?
No. Is it Whiston?
Jim Carter.
World champion Kurt Thomas.
No. It's Jim Carter.
Oh, okay.
That's a good joke, isn't it?
Is that a joke you do every week?
I did do it every week for a while, but I stopped. But I broke it out again because they do say that if you're an abuser, then it's good to try your things on with people. No, that's a terrible.
Who is Jim Carter? I'm looking this up.
It was a film by.
Yeah, didn't he play Hancock one time?
Yes, he did. Yeah,
I like him.
He was also a werewolf in Haunted Honeymoon. Fact fans.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean he's not a real werewolf. Oh yes, and R.I.P. Jim Carter. Yeah, the guy who was in Jim Carter died last week, and I accidentally made everyone think that Jim Carter had died because I did an obituary for Jim
Kurt
Carter.
Thomas is dead.
For Kurt Thomas recently died. Yeah,
who's my granddad? Because Paul literally pushed him down the stairs.
Pushed down the stairs. I am loving Dan having to catch up with the running jokes and people on the show. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, Dan.
I'm enjoying this.
I'm glad you're enjoying. I'm enjoying that we're both going to die if there's a Star Trek mission coming up.
Yeah, first one. Yeah, you're slightly redder than me. I'm slightly faded already. I look like someone who may have survived a previous mission in a cave for many years.
Well, you're probably more advanced in rank than me because you're deeper red. I'm a newbie.
Yeah. Day one stuff. You are.
Day one.
Don't even give you a gun.
Jim Carter, who died at some point. Jim Carter killed Paul Litchfield's granddad, possibly.
What is Jim Carter? You know, this is a film
it's a film that got made in the mid-80s. It's canon, I believe.
And I'm sorry, everyone, if this is known to all of you. I sense
we haven't covered it in great detail, but it was a film about a man who developed a martial arts style based on gymnastics, which he called Jim Carter.
Right.
And I think it's like a kind of Into the Dragon clone, but this man has a martial arts skill, which is very gymnastics based. And it's shit. But it's a kind of cult classic because there's a great moment where he has to fight all these ninjas in a town square. But luckily for him, there's a vaulting horse made of stone that he can jump on and do lots of gymnastics and fight these ninjas.
And okay, well, this sounds great.
And then he married Imelda Staunton. Good for him. No, it was an interesting. No, not an interesting joke. It was a fun joke for a minute.
I want to see it.
4 or 5 episodes ago. But what's on my T-shirt? It's a Total Recall.
Oh, nice. Did you ask Tomas?
Yeah, it's Mars Today from Total Recall. Because Last Exit to Nowhere. Does anyone know about this website?
No.
It's an amazing website. They do t-shirts, mugs, everything, and it's all. What I love about them is, sometimes you see a t-shirt from a film for sale, and it's like there'll be a little reference to a film, and you're like, "Oh, that's fun." And then underneath, like they'll put like the flux capacitor, for instance. And you're like, "That's interesting." And then underneath, it'll say "Back to the Future," and you're like, "Well, no, I liked it. It was quite vague." Last Exit to Nowhere. I think it's .com or .co.uk anyway. What they do brilliantly is they'll just slap a bit of production design from a film on a t-shirt, and it'll have it won't underline what it is.
No. My favorite t-shirt that I've got is a Larche Airlines t-shirt.
Exactly that sort of thing is what they do. I've got one where it's the origami unicorn from Blade Runner. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So go there. I mean, I got this from there, and I've got pretty much every t-shirt I buy is from there.
I'm gonna look that up.
They should actually offer me commission because I always pimp them, and they're great. And I would wank them off.
I'm gonna look them up, and I'm gonna see what I'm gonna get.
Last Exit to Nowhere. It's Ace. Yes, it is, Dwayne. They need to do a Grace Brothers t-shirt. Not really their scene, but I wish they would.
You know what?
They did.
Oh my god!
They did do the. My favorite thing ever is that for a while when they first started, they said, if you've got any ideas, email us and we'll have a crack at it. And I emailed them once and said, what I'd really love is the logo from in Return of the Living Dead. No, yeah, Return of the Living Dead. I don't know if you've seen that. It's a Dan O'Bannon comedy horror zombie film, but the place where the dead break out is a medical establishment called You Need a Medical, and the logo is just really funny. And I remember writing to them and saying, you should do a t-shirt on that, and then they bloody did, and I bought it, and it was one of the happiest days of my life. And I've got 2 children,
so every day's a joy.
Every day's a joy. Nice try, Laoshe. The best bit about
that's a Dan Aykroyd movie as well. That scene.
I was just gonna say that Aykroyd is in that. Maybe we should do that one day. That'll cheer us up.
No, it wouldn't.
Bloody! I mean, watch Dr. Detroit or Temple of Doom.
How many people listen to the Dr. Detroit episode, and how many people here have watched Dr. Detroit?
I don't know. Shout in the comments if you watched Dr. Detroit based on the episode we did.
Garbage. That was right. Last Exit to Nowhere. I'm gonna have a look at that.
I saw it once sat at a cafe in Blackpool. Was it? No. I don't know. Do they have a shirt of the 2 dogs fucking and bullseye? If not, I don't. I'm sad. I'm sorry to say, but you can probably get that on Redbubble or dogspunkbubble.com. Rene's Cafe Beret. That sounds nice to say. I don't know the reference to that, but it's the sort of thing I'd say if I was about to be shot by a firing squad. Ask Lux to make a JD or JP shirt. Oh, I would. Yeah, you know what? You can get Smurfpod t-shirts.
Can you really?
Yeah, if you go to podcastmerchandise.com, I think.
What do they look like?
It's the Smersh logo with the octopus.
Oh, okay.
You know what the great thing is? When I ordered one, because I thought, oh, I'll have one of them, and they sent me all of them and some stickers. Isn't that nice?
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Do they know that you were the proprietor?
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're just chucking shit away.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think they knew. Because they had to ask my permission to do it.
Oh, there we go. Then that's
which I felt very powerful for a minute. I was like, no, you can't. But in the end, I thought, I'd love to see people wearing that, and I haven't seen anybody apart from me. I listened to Dr. Detroit, but I will not be watching it. You said it all. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah,
it's interesting though. I think it's an interesting historical piece in much the same way as Nothing But Trouble is as well. Because Dr. Detroit, you get Aykroyd coping after the death of Belushi, and Nothing But Trouble, you get him coping with the fact that he's never going to be a leading man. Discuss.
And the thing is, both those. Yeah, because we talked about this. He hasn't done anything after Nothing But Trouble, really. He had one leading role, I think, after that.
That's what I was saying. I mean, like he just pretty much naturally went to be like playing dads and uncles and weirdos.
Maybe he should have a Bill Murray style, Sophia Coppola led resurgence. And it's like, oh, look, Dan Aykroyd came back from nowhere and he got nominated for Best Supporting Actor one year.
This happened. It happened with Grosse Point Blank, and then he never did anything of any interest after that.
And he was really good in that because we kind of
brilliant.
He's not very. He might not be very good. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the right material. But when he's good, he's good. He was. I've never seen Driving Miss Daisy, but he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah. But Grosse Point Blank, he's like popcorn. He's great, and then
popcorn. Come on, kill important people.
The more we read and watch about him, because we've ended up doing this mini festival of him anyway, I suspect he's a strange man and probably not great to work with, which is a shame. Yeah. Daniel Craig is now the same age as Sean Connery was in Never Say Never Again. Yeah, not great, is it? What's the worst real name you've ever encountered? At our school, we had Dickon Hares. A friend of, it's not me personally, but a friend of mine was working in a call center and he had someone ring up and the guy's name was spelt Arnold Knoblaunch. But when he was on the phone, he said it was pronounced No-Low.
Yeah, well, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's a proper bucket bouquet situation.
I don't know any bad names. My favorite name I've ever encountered was a Norman Stanley Panther.
That's nearly porridge, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, our background today, I should say, is from Heidi High. I thought it would be fun to have Gladys Pugh's radio to welcome my Welsh friend.
Hello, campers.
Oh, bing bong. Rene was shot by firing squad at the end of LOLO season 2. It was faked, and he came back as his twin brother, who was also called Rene. Yeah, that's true.
Is that true?
Well, he doesn't die. He pretends he dies, and then he pretends that he's his twin brother. So that's not technically true to him. He pretends he's dead. There's a Prince. That's a Prince song, isn't it? Rene's Cafe Beret. Possibly. Oh, it's got a Dr. Detroit comment here. Sorry. Again, I'm trying to catch up with all these comments. I'm a really bad host. John is not as drunk as normal. Literal must be bad. I'm quite drunk.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm having trouble. Watch Dr. Detroit just because I was a Devo fan.
What? Right. What other? Because we're going to do Christopher. Are we going to do Christopher Walken for a bit now, or are we just going to do the one Christopher Walken?
Should we do Christopher Walken now because I've got a jingle prepared for it.
Oh, fine. All right. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a little segment that we're going to call.
I never forget a face, especially if I've sat on it.
To do Walken this way.
I can't believe I never saw that sequence. You tell people what that is.
Oh, fuck, I can't even remember. I was just looking for Crystal Walken quotes.
It's from a straight-to-video movie called All American Murderer, or All American Murder, and he looks to be a cop in it in the 3.5 minutes I've watched. And the pitch is there's a guy taking somebody hostage in a building, and he turns up with a guy's wife, and he's dressed like Chris Walken, like he hasn't even been in a costume for the part. He's just wearing a black t-shirt and a leather jacket, and he's just like, you can got your wife. She's an old friend of mine. It's been a while since I saw her, but I never forget her face, especially when I've sat on. I was like, this is the best fucking thing I've ever seen.
Honestly, I was trying to sort out. I thought I need to find a Walken quote to put in that video, and I found that and I had to instantly WhatsApp you and go, "What the fuck is this? And why haven't we talked about it yet?"
Oh yeah, I mean, if we can find it, we're going to do it.
Right, so Walken this way.
Yeah.
So Dan, I'll hand over to you while I drink some wine.
Right. So we initially talked about doing Christopher Walken attempting to rap, but I know nothing about rap. So
yeah,
I figure my theory is that Christopher Walken would be good in anything, absolutely any role. He's a chameleon. He just disappears into the role. So I'd like to prove that. I'd like to add him into some carry-on films in different roles.
I'm listening.
Okay, so this we're gonna go. I'm reading for Julius Caesar. Carry on, Cleo. Okay. Infamy. They got it in for me. I was Carry on, Cleo.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I once talked peace with the Sioux. You can't trust them. One moment it's peace on, next minute peace off. Shout out if you know him.
Yeah, that was. I know that was Carry On Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Camembert. I'm the big cheese.
Don't lose your head.
Don't lose your head.
Mm-hmm.
Because what was a game? All right, we'll try game shows in a bit. Did you? All right, okay. So this is Christopher Walken auditioning for the Bernard Breslow role. Nurse, I dreamt about you last night. Did you? No, you wouldn't let me.
Nice. Nice. That's from Carry On.
Oh, go on.
Carry On Again, Nurse.
That it was. Carry On, Doctor, 1967.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Christopher Walken auditioning for the Hattie Jakes role. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Kenneth Williams, you may not realize it, but I was once a weak man. Well, once a week's enough for any man.
Oh,
made myself laugh. God, hang on. Okay. Frankie Howard. I'm flabbergasted. My ghast. It's never been so flabbered.
see, that could fit in any fucking Walken film. That line, any.
It could.
That could be in True Romance. When Dennis Hopper gives that racist speech about the Italians and black people, I'm flabbergasted.
You know what? So they came over here and they did so much fucking. He goes, you know what? I'm going to tell you this. My ghast. It's never been so flabbered. I haven't killed a guy. And then Frankie Howard comes in. Oh, I haven't killed a man since 1984. Oh. The prologue. I'm just curious to see if this works with the way he speaks. So Jakes, this is Carry On Matron. Hattie Jake says, I want to be wooed. And Kenneth Williams says, oh, you can be as wooed as you like with me. Right, okay. Right, okay. Here we go. It's the last one.
Okay.
Barbara Windsor spots a man eating a pear.
Nice.
And says, "Oh, what a lovely looking pear."
Yep.
And then Christopher Walken says, "You know, you took the words right out of my mouth." He can't do lascivious. It's too threatening. He's either really lovely, because when you see him on chat shows, he's the nicest guy in the world.
Mm. Did you ever see when he was on? Thank you for that, by the way. That was absolutely amazing. But did you ever see when he was on Saturday Zoo? I think it was, or it might have been Saturday Night Live. Either one. I think it was Saturday Zoo, the Jonathan Ross show in the early 90s. They got him to read Three Little Pigs.
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was Jonathan Ross.
Fucking hell, that's brilliant.
What?
I'm gonna blow your house down. Can Dan please do his Walken talking about wanting the rainbow gig? Because I heard Jeffrey Dine. Yeah.
Okay. I heard Jeffrey Dine from Rainbow. Put me in. I want to read for that. I got the chops, which gets still quoted in prayer. But I'm trying to think. How would you? What's the thing? What's the line that Jeffrey would have? How would he audition for Rainbow?
Oh God, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, he'd just say that's a terrible thing to do, Zippy.
Zippy, God, what? No, don't do that to your friend, Hippo. Come on,
Hippo.
I'm new. I haven't learned everyone's names yet.
Fucking hell. You, hippo.
You know,
And you, zip guy.
Zip with a mouth, your little S&M face, with your little fucking weird zip mouth worm thing. And then I like the bear. He's a big guy.
The bear could be, Bungle would be voiced by, Pacino.
Oh, welcome to the fucking, okay, we got Judge, we got Zippy, we got Chris now. Say hello to my little story.
Or like Brando.
Okay.
There's a guy here at the door. He says he's come here to kill me.
Okay, you know what? I'm reading the wrong story. There's a hungry caterpillar, and I can relate. I'm a hungry man, but I don't turn into a butterfly.
And when I do become a butterfly, it'll be beautiful.
You ever seen the outtakes of Apocalypse Now with Brando?
Where he gets,
I got a bug in my mouth.
I got a bug in my mouth. Francis, I'm done for the day. And he just wanders up.
He turned up as Buster Blood Vessel. And they were like, shit, we're just going to have to film his head. Because there's no way this guy could ever be confused as being like an army vet. He looks more like a fucking animal vet.
I think there was that was a really good. You fucking nailed Brando there.
Thanks. I don't do many impressions, but
there's a guy. Imagine the lighting crew on Apocalypse Now the day they were shooting Brando, and the DOP is just like, "Go on, lads, we're not going to use you today."
Just put all the lights on his face and ignore the fucking
the curtain a sliver, and I can't be more clear. A sliver.
And don't ask him about what he's doing with the butter.
Because, oh God, we've got to be in here with him all day, and it's hot in the Philippines.
Rod, Jane, and Freddie is slang for a particularly specific art involving. No, it's not Tim. Bungle would make The Godfather a very different film.
Diagram of that, though.
I should say that I'm going to do another round of Family Fortunes now because I forgot earlier on to tell you about the prize. Now, ears open, everybody. Ears open. This is what you could win if you win this week's Family Fortunes.
That's right, John. Watford's greatest secret, nestled in the valleys of Hertfordshire, Shitland. A collection of 63 unique bespoke chalets with one toilet servicing the entire block. You will be having the time of your life.
Don't mention the AIDS. Okay, I won't. We won't mention the AIDS, but you could win a prize. You could win a week for two at Shitland in Watford. And let's have a round of. So the first person in the mentions to say Les Dennis, more Dennis, is going to play against Dan but no bacon from the act Chumbawamba.
I have a question from the comments. Bungle is slang for shoving a copy of Oink up your ass. What is Oink?
Oink was a comic. It was like Viz for kids in the late 80s.
Well, Viz,
it was where Charlie Brooker got his first gig. He was
okay.
He was a cartoonist and writer for Oink. And I was a big fan of Oink.
I don't remember Oink. Maybe we didn't get it here.
No, maybe you don't get it in Wales because you're, far away. But remember, this week, we are doing this in the spirit of Mark Whiston, who sadly can't be here this evening because...
he's in the comments.
Yes. Edward Llewellyn, Les Dennis equals more Dennis. So, Les, you are representing... Sorry, not Les. Fucking hell. Edward, you're representing the Llewellyn family. Dan is from the no bacon family. So, here we go.
Right. I don't know.
We
Edward.
asked-
We know each other
Sorry.
from Twitter, but come on, bring it on. Right. Okay.
You know
come on.
Edward. Well,
We,
you're-
we live near, but we're in the same town, and we are in the same business, and we're both Welsh, but we've
I was
never
going to
met.
say you're both Welsh, so
Let's go.
we asked 100 people to name something you find on a motorway. So Dan, but no bacon. What's your answer?
Felicity Kendall.
Felicity Kendall. Let's ask our survey, who says.
Genuinely
Sorry,
thought that
Dan.
I thought that might be one actually.
No, Felicity Kendall's not one. But Edward, Dan's great. I'm sure that's not your answer. While waiting for Edward to answer things you find on a motorway, Dan, I believe you've just come back from a helicopter course.
Yes, I've just come back from a helicopter course where I drove a helicopter around Brands Hatch.
Wow. Did you have anybody there teaching you?
No, so it was fairly catastrophic. Many died.
I believe you had a Stringfellow Hawk from the series Airwolf.
From the Airhawk.
To teach you how to fly. Oh, look, Paul Litchfield saying, I'm watching via my penicillin window. Hello, Paul.
What's a penicillin window where you're not in pain for a moment?
I think he's on penicillin because he has got AIDS. Edward says a Guess Who board game being played. So, Dan, what was your answer for things you might find on a motorway?
Kendall was my answer.
I'm afraid I'll ask the survey, who says. Sorry, you've both got 2 lives. So, Dan, can you name something else you might find on a motorway?
All right, I'm going to see if I can actually get one now.
Okay.
A low-quality sausage roll.
A low-quality sausage roll. Let's ask the survey, who says. Right, so Edward, another one from you, please. What would you find on a motorway? While we're waiting, Dan, I believe from my card here that you have fisted a llama. What was that like?
Well, it was a lot like summering in Wales. It was warm, not entirely unpleasant, but a little bit damp.
And you got up to your elbow?
Up to my elbow, and the food was subpar.
Edward says jokes and accidents. Let's have a look what our survey says. Hey guys, I'm afraid neither of you got it. So no one will be summering at Shetland this year. But I will tell you the 6 answers from our survey that we conducted on the streets of Duolingo. Number 6, things you might find on a motorway. Number 6, caravans.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Caravans. Okay.
These aren't goofy answers.
No. Number 5, a vet.
A vet.
A vet.
I mean, all right.
Number 4, dingo rodeo. Number 3, Paul Hogan off his tits. I asked 100 people, Dan. There's nothing to laugh about.
I ended up going down a Paul Hogan YouTube wormhole earlier because I was trying to think of what Christian walking into. I was looking for 80s like adverts, and I found the Foster's adverts. It's all LinkedIn.
Oh yeah. Cock Fosters, etc.
Yeah. And I watched just a bunch of them. And I genuinely thought he was dead, and I looked him up, and he looks like he might be.
He's just done a new film,
which is a meta film where he plays himself trying to make
it's like JCVD type thing.
But it doesn't look like it's going to be that good.
No. Number 2, hornpipes a go-go. Hornpipes a go-go. And number 1, the thing we asked 100 people to name that you'd find on a motorway, Mad Max. Mad Max is the number 1 answer of things you may find on a motorway. So thank you, everybody, Dan But No Bacon and Edward Llewellyn for playing.
Well played, Edward. Well played.
And don't do drugs, please. Just
Don't do drugs.
don't do drugs. Just say no or say, wow.
Say yeah, but then take him away. Don't do him. Flush him down the toilet like a good boy.
Penicillin sounds like a place in Wales, says Greg Evigan.
He's right.
Does, doesn't it?
Penicillin.
Penicillin. Litchfield is watching from the toilets at Castle Drogo. I don't know what that means, but it's good. I'm glad Paul's watching. Number 1, a grave to Chiropodist. I think it means Chiropodist. Yeah. Mad Max, what about Norfolk's Maddest Man? Yeah, good. Nightmare, great or awful? I loved Nightmare.
Fucking great.
Fucking great, because you get like, fare thee well, young traveller.
Yeah. God, Walken would have been good in that as well.
Oh, wouldn't he? Wouldn't
Especially
he?
giving clues. What are you, fucking dumb? Kids, I know you're 11, but figure it out. There's a door over there. It's got a green hole. There's a green key. Jesus. Let's spell it out for you, you cunt.
You know what? I'm going to ask you to ask Dan questions because I'm going to go and get some beer. So
Right.
Dan, who is a stand-up comedian.
All right. Oh, this is going to be
And
crowded.
you know what? A stand-up guy. He's going to answer your questions right now.
All right.
Well, I go for a beer.
This is my first crowd. Oh, he's put me on the main screen as well. This is my first crowd work in 3 months. Okay, so question 1, Michael Andrew Clark, where am I? Right. You're in the internet, right? It's a sort of interconnected system. Fuck it. We'll do the whole thing. You're in the internet. It's an interconnected system of computers where we all share our thoughts and dreams, and it's a hellscape. Run, get out, go. Next question. Sit down or stand? Sit down. Obviously, today is just sit down. I don't need to stand. If I stand up, you'll see that I'm not wearing any trousers, so I'm not going to do it stand up today. What's John really like? John is a great man. He's a great man. He's very tattooed. You can't see. He wears quite a lot of makeup, but his face has actually got a spider tattoo all over it, and it's why he's not really able to get employment outside the podcast sphere. Because no one else really wants somebody who looks like, and he's actually got his former prison number, tattooed on his forehead.
What?
Nothing. It's going very well.
Going very well.
What's gusset in Welsh? Hang on. There's somebody who asked a really good question. You know what? They didn't teach that in school. I haven't spoken Welsh every day since I was 16 years old.
Isn't it called a Mfanwe?
Oh, very good.
Hmm.
I want the actual answer. Actually, Edward Llewellyn speaks Welsh, I think. You tell us.
Is it Llewellyn?
This is actually going quite well. People are asking questions. What's John really like? I mentioned that you are just a stand-up guy. You're very active in the church.
Yeah, that's why I'm not allowed in there anymore.
Yeah. Dan, you possibly Welsh Whiskey Penderyn. Yes, it's very good. Dan, now I've got my mohawk. Oh my God. Zoe actually got the mohawk. What color should I do to make it look more regal? Right, that one I would say definitely. You know what? Because put that back up, because you can tell on her avatar that she's got very colourful headband in. I would make the whole mohawk look like that, but vertical. Go with that one. Like Barra Breath? No. Dan, what is on the post-it notes on the wall behind you? It's a Rubik's Cube.
That's not a Rubik's Cube.
Well, it's an off-brand Rubik's Cube. I'm not made of money.
What is it? A Rubik's Cube?
It's a Rubik's. It's made locally.
I love this. It's a Rubik's Cube. Oh,
This is made by Welsh craftsmen hewn from the rock of the nation.
Of course. Just because time's getting on a bit, we have to play another game. I'm sorry about this, everybody, but
Yes.
it wouldn't be this show without playing a bit of.
Please can you tell me who the fuck is that? Yeah. It's good to talk.
Still sponsored by BT. Lovely, they're still giving us loads of money.
What's about 1991 BT?
Yeah, they. I mean, just to let you know, they came to me and said, "We'd love to sponsor you. We've got some marketing material prepared." I said, "Don't worry about it. I know what you are. I know what you do." So here we go. So this is just to explain to everybody and Paul the rules, because Paul, fuck off. Dan has very kindly stood in as numero uno co-host this evening. What we do is I get a lookalike and I ask you, Dan, who it is.
Yeah.
And the one after I ask our friends and so on and so forth. So, Dan, first off, can you tell me who the fuck is this?
Are these celebrities?
This is a celebrity lookalike, yes.
This is celebrity lookalike.
Yep.
Is it
From the world of Hollywood.
from the world of Hollywood?
Hollywood.
What's the name of the bloke Tess Daly's married to?
Vernon Kay?
Is it Vernon Kay?
Not Vernon Kay, no. It's a Hollywood actress. But I'm going to check the comments because quite often someone gets it straight away. Someone says you're nice. That's nice, isn't it?
Yes, thank you, Greg Evigan.
Greg Evigan begin
Yeah,
again.
actually, I think it's Lady Gaga, but
It's not Lady Gaga or Scarlett Johansson.
Kate Blanchett.
Fuck me, Dan's got it. Yes, it's Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to get quite competitive now. This is
Well done. This is for our friends. Friends, can you tell me who the fuck is this? Yeah.
fucking hell. It helps to squint. Okay, it looks like He looks like Max Payne. Do you ever play that?
It does look like Max Payne, but it's not him.
Is
Let's see what anyone says. Has anyone got here yet?
it one of the Pet Shop Boys?
It's not one of the Pet Shop Boys. Again, I will say it's an actor in Hollywood, but from the UK. It's not Danny Dyer. No, not Danny Dyer. Good guess.
Ewan Griffith.
It's not Paul Litchfield. No, it's not Sid Vicious. It's not Justin Theroux. I think this. You know what? I've never ever.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, I've never ever stumped everybody, but this might stump people. Not Gary Oldman. It's not Mark Weston.
What would you say? Which is the feature that he's got?
No.
Is any of his features close to the guy we're thinking of?
No.
All right.
I can't say without giving it away. It's not Dan Aykroyd. It's not Joe Mangle, but that's a very good guess. It does look like Joe Mangle. I think I might have stumped everybody.
Yeah, I think you've stumped
This is
everyone.
fun. It's not Justin Theroux. No, it's not Gary Oldman. It's not Rod Gilbert.
I'm going to tell him that.
It's not Pierce Brogum. Okay, tell me you all give up and I'll tell you who it is.
Simon
Dan
Pegg.
doesn't know. Sorry?
Simon Pegg.
Not Simon Pegg. It's not Paul Denan. No. Or De Niro Denan. It's not Jimmy Nail.
British actor in Hollywood. Hugh Grant.
No. Should I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to give our commenters a few minutes. Nope. No, it's not Christian Bale.
I think
It's not Martin Callum, whoever the fuck that is. It's not Hugh Laurie, but that's a good guess.
That is a good guess. Yeah.
Everybody gives up. Okay, ready? This is a first. This has never happened because even when I've thought this fucking looks nothing like that person, someone's got it. Ready? It's Ewan McGregor.
I keep thinking if I look at it from the right angle, I'll see it.
That's Ewan McGregor, everyone.
Nope.
No.
And these pictures, I can see a little thing down the bottom. Are these from an agency?
I get these from the Susan Scott Lookalike Agency,
So
which is the best
these are
website in the world. Yeah, this is a professional Ewan McGregor lookalike.
Yeah.
Yes, quite. Fuck
Yeah,
off. Yes, quite. Yes. What? Yeah, that's not Ewan McGregor, is it? Okay, good. So that's my first score that I've ever got. That's good. Right, next, this is for you, Dan. Dan, please can you tell me who the fuck is this?
Okay, all right. Colin Firth.
Spot on. Well done. Well done. Let's just see what the YouTubers are saying. If that's you, McGregor, then I'm Dwayne Hickman. Dwayne, I suspect that is you as Mark Whiston. Okay. I've got a Columbo wine. I can't see that. Is it fuck? Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing that if you wrote to that person and say, "Do you get much work as you, McGregor?" They'll say, "No, no, I don't." Right. So, Dan, you got Colin Firth amazingly. This is for our friends. Friends, please, can you tell me who the fuck is this?
Oh. So I'm not supposed to guess.
No, you're not supposed to guess
Okay.
until they get stumped, and then you can guess.
I have an idea who this is.
Oh, interesting. Takes my comments a couple of seconds to wake up.
The cough.
It's not the coughing bloke from Millionaire, no. Jai Courtney, no, it's not. Kieran Prendeville, nope. Chris Martin, nope. Again, it's an actor. Just give you a clue. Does that help? Dan, do you want to throw in who you think it is?
Reese Evans.
Nope, not Reese Evans.
Oh, damn. I was
It's not
100%
Topol. It's not Jason Statham.
What is the name of the guy who plays Sherlock?
Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oh, the American one.
Oh, Johnny Lee Miller?
Johnny Lee Miller.
No.
Al Pacino.
I might have stumped everybody this week. It's not Reese Evans. It's not Nicolas Cage. Oh, fuck. This is good. I'm enjoying this. There might be two in a row.
I've just had a text from somebody who's guessing.
Oh, yeah, go on.
The Welsh bloke from Game of Thrones.
Nope.
Sorry.
I might have to give you all a clue. Fuck, someone's got it. Lucy has got it.
Yeah, okay, I can kind of see that.
Well done.
Javier Bardem
Javier Bardem.
in a Weatherspoon.
Okay, so Dan, this is just for you. Dan Euripides Thomas, please can you tell me who the fuck is that?
Is it Daniel Craig?
No.
Hang on a minute. God, Shatner?
Nope. I'll throw it open to the comments if you can't get it. Yeah.
Again, Daniel Craig, I can kind of see that. If he's doing somebody else, why isn't he doing Daniel Craig?
Yeah. It looks more like Daniel Craig than the person he's supposed to be.
He looks like the bloke who did my U-bend, weirdly, but he's not really a celebrity.
Correct, Dan. It is the bloke who did your U-bend. No. Oh, fuck. Greg Evigan has got it. Do you want me to show you?
Steve McQueen. Oh, God.
Steve McQueen, after he's been dead for a while.
I'm going to say he looks more like Daniel Craig for a start. He doesn't look that much like Daniel Craig, but his agent is going, there's going to be a lot more call for Steve McQueen. We feel there's about to be a burst in Steve McQueen. Nobody's looking for Daniel Craig these days. I mean, who's even heard of him? What's he doing these days? James Bond? Yeah, but fuck
that. Damien Thomas. Is it? No, sorry, not Thomas. I got Welsh in the brain. Damien Lewis in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood played Steve McQueen. That was fun.
Yeah.
Right, this one is for our friends. Who the... I did a burp.
Somebody else guessed Shatner. I guessed that's Sarah P, but never mind.
This is for our friends. Please, can you tell me who the fuck is this?
Right, okay. Okay.
Steve McQueen, who died some years ago. Sorry, I have to say that when I see them. That's not a clue. This is for our YouTube friends, our friends in the YouTube comments. Yep, I am officially drunk. I've drunk a bottle of wine and I'm on a can of beer. I'm suggestible. Now, who's this? Who is it? Anyone? It is not Brad Pitt. It is not Leah Dennis.
Can I guess yet?
It is not Eddie Izzard. Yes, please, Dan, jump in.
Oh, fuck, it was just in my head. Carrie Elwes.
Nope. Axl Rose working in a gay bar. No. Tiger King. No.
Oh, that's a good one.
Leo FiCaprio. No.
What I will say is, and I'm sure
Keith Chegwin. No.
the people in the thread will back me up on this. When you drive through rural Wales, there's always a picture of a bloke who looks like that outside every pub, right? Because he's doing, in about 3 weeks, he's going to do the vocal stylings of whatever the fuck's name is.
That's very true. That's very true. It's not Gary Mason. I don't even know who that is. Can I give you a clue?
Yeah.
That's John in his heyday. Yeah, I wish. I'll give you a clue.
Really? No, believe me. You don't want to look like that. You're looking great.
Oh, Dan, thank you. It's not Jason Donovan. It's not Hugh Laurie. This is a Hollywood actor. And I'll give you a clue. He's the son of a famous actor.
Josh Brolin.
No. Keith Chegwin, who died some years ago.
Son of a famous actor. Oh, Emilio Estevez.
Nope.
You've stumbled upon my favorite game of all time right now. I'll tell you that for nothing.
It's my favorite game of all time. Yeah.
The son of a Joe Longthorne. That is an amazing reference from the past. Brilliant. It's not.
Rafe Spawn, no. I think again I might have. Oh, someone's got it. Someone's got it. It's Keith. No, I'll ignore the spelling. It's Keith Sutherland.
I'm genuinely angry at myself.
Yeah, a few people got it in the end. It's Keith Sutherland. So this one is for Dan.
Okay.
Dan, Euripides, Richard Burton is my dad. Thomas.
Hey, no, we'll have a go at this. Like, come on.
By the way, did you see the clip I posted the other night of Richard Burton on the Lucy show?
No.
Oh, I'll send you it later.
On the Lucy show? What? I Love Lucy?
You know, Lucy, I Love Lucy. What's her name?
Lucy Ball.
Yeah. He comes in as a plumber. And she says, "Oh, are you English?" And he gives her a fucking daggers. It's quite funny. Dan, for you, who the fuck is this?
Is that Benedict Cumberbatch?
It is not. Again, it's a Hollywood actor. It's an American.
Oh, what the hell is going on here? Keanu Reeves.
No.
For fuck's sake. This is just an incredible format.
I could get on UK Gold with this.
This is the best game I've ever. You know what? Do you know what? I looked in the comments. Accidentally.
Someone's got it. Someone's got it.
It's Kevin Bacon, isn't it?
It's Kevin Bacon.
Well done. Who got that first?
Patrick McHugh, I think.
Matt. Yeah,
it might have been. No, it was Patrick McHugh got there first. So Patrick, well done.
No, Lucy Hurd got it first.
Oh, really? Oh, yes. Lucy Hurd got there first. Well done, Lucy. Well done. As usual, as a member of the patriarchy, I passed you over for a man. Next one. Right, this is for our YouTube friends, and they are friends. They're lovely.
They really are. You're good.
They really are. You know. Again, this is me being a twat, but the greatest thing about Dan doing stuff with Smashpod and everything is that occasionally someone will say something nice, and Dan will message me and say, "Everybody involved in Smashpod is really nice," and it's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. The next one is for Dan. Dan? Or is it for our friends? It's friends.
Yeah.
It's for friends. Friends, who the fuck is this? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And well done, Lucy. Yes.
Sorry, Lucy.
And Patrick, please don't go fuck yourself. I'm sorry, but there was someone before you. We love you, JR. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. You are lovely. That's for Dan.
Oh, is it? Oh, thank you.
So who the fuck, as Gordon Ramsay would say, who the fuck is that? Alan Cumming? No, it's not.
Oh, that's a brilliant guess.
But I'll give you a clue. Oh, someone's got it. Someone's got it. Greg Evigan. Greg Evigan has got eyes like a fucking hawk.
Well done.
Well done.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
I was nowhere close. I was very confident it was going to be Conan O'Brien.
Okay, that's the last one that you'll ever get because, Dan, this is for you. And this is a bit of fun. Dan Thomas. Dan, Richard Burton is my grandfather. He closed the pits. Thomas, who the fuck is this?
Oh my god. Is that supposed to be Rod Hull?
No. It's I'll give you a clue. It's not a real person.
It's a.
He sings and he's able to communicate with creatures.
Is that Robert Downey Jr. in Doctor Dolittle?
No, well, I'll give you that because it's supposed to be Dr. Dolittle. He's listed on the lookalike agency as Dr. Dolittle.
So, because the thing is, to be fair, there's no way you can get your money back. He looked nothing like that fictional character.
Exactly. It's like, how do you know? How do you know?
Wait a minute. So just to be clear, the people we've just seen are implied to, on occasion, probably quite rarely, to go to people's shindigs and hang out. And if anyone says, "Are you Tom Hiddleston?" which wouldn't happen.
Wouldn't happen.
You Ant or Deck, somebody guessed, which is a better guess.
Yeah.
Is this a thing? Like, I've heard of it, but nobody. What do you hire them for?
I don't know. You see, my question has always been, when I first found the Susan Scott lookalike agency, the first person I found, and we mentioned it a few weeks ago, it was the guy playing Hitler. Because underneath, not only did it say lookalike, it says sound alike, and that he was able to give presentations. And I thought, what if it was your mate's 40th? What if you hired the Hitler fella to wank your mate off? Would he say no?
Well, I mean, what does it pay? Have you looked at their rates?
I haven't, but
I mean,
imagine.
It probably doesn't say toss jobs in the rates, does it?
I think it's implied, though.
Yeah, £100 to just for an hour, and then if you want,
because I'd want, like for instance, I'd want the Tom Hiddleston one because he doesn't really look like him.
No,
to come with me on a night out in Brighton and have a laugh.
Yeah,
and at the end of the night, I'll just say, look, I'll give you an extra 20 if you wank me off behind the pub, because then I can think, I've been wanked off by Tom Hiddleston, sort of.
Here's the game we should play. We hire 3 of the Susan. What's it called?
Susan Scott lookalike agency.
Susan Scott lookalike. And we don't pay them. We just say, here's the game. You come out on the pitch with us in Worthing or wherever,
or Cardiff,
wherever, and whichever one of you gets the most people going. Excuse me, are you Tom Hiddleston or whoever they're supposed to be? Has to be correct. Wins £500, and that's the game.
I think that's a great idea.
So right, we'll do that. There's two Kevin Spaceys on their website.
Yes, I noticed that today.
The only person hiring them is Kevin Spacey.
But then you know what? There's a Hitler on there, and he's probably getting more work than Spacey at the moment. And that's the danger we're in this world.
We're not at the point yet where, I mean, Hitler, I think we can all agree, became a punchline some time ago.
But I would argue that there's more chance of Hitler being hired for work right now than Spacey.
Yeah, I mean, probably not acting work, just because it's not his background.
I mean, like you, for instance, let me put this scenario to you: if you had a bouncy castle in your garden,
which I do,
said to you, which you do, you got children, you've produced them. If someone said to you, would you rather have Hitler or Kevin Spacey jumping around in your garden entertaining the kids? Which one would you go for?
Hitler's got the funny moustache, and
got a funny moustache.
Yeah,
he can also, Kevin Spacey's weird. He only does those videos on Christmas Eve.
All right, he put it to you. Let me ask you a question.
Come on.
If Hitler lived, all right, let's say he hadn't spent his entire life in prison. Maybe he gets 30 years. So 1975, he's out.
Yeah.
What's his career?
Well, the Trump people, right?
Yeah. He just goes into property development. Yeah.
No, he'd probably work for the Conservative Party.
But the Conservatives weren't. And do you know
right,
what?
kids?
I never thought I'd say this, but you look at the Conservatives in 1975, and compared to now, they're all right.
Well, the 75 ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like the Bay City Rollers. I mean, now we've got the fucking We've got the black and white minstrels, haven't we?
Somebody suggested Farage. Yeah, you got Farage.
Hitler there, who died, or did he? I mean, there's an episode I did this week. I do a podcast called All Rather Mysterious, and this week we talked about Hitler's bones because, as my colleague and friend David Reed rightly pointed out, the only evidence we have that Hitler is dead is from Nazis who are famously untrustable. So, did Hitler really kill himself and burn up, or did he run away to Argentina?
Somebody's written that book, presumably.
Oh, I bet they have. I suggested that he murdered Charlie Chaplin and took his place. Because if you think about it, after the war, Chaplin's career went downhill a bit. And then he moved to Switzerland and just had a nice life with a young woman.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I honestly think Hitler has probably had his day in the sun. Yeah, I think you're right. But then again, a lot of people like him.
I love that. I'll tell you one thing about Hitler: his best work's behind him.
Oh, yeah. Much like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
The fucking from who? Dan, the Nazis.
The fucking. See, these are all references. I searched for Terry Woganized on Amazon the other night. Now says
I just want to be clear. I don't need a wee. I'm getting very sweaty and hot. But I
want to go for a wee.
No, I don't need a wee.
So what do you think?
I know of an empty bottle of whiskey. I'll finish that.
Down it. I don't want demand to down it. We've got 19 minutes. You can down it.
I'm not going to down it because I'm going to enjoy this because I'm having a lovely evening.
Oh, Dan's having a lovely evening, everybody.
A lovely evening.
Well, I think we're having a lovely time.
Hitler didn't have.
God, Robbie Williams, fucking hell.
What's Robbie Williams done now?
Oh shit, he's a 5G truther.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
He's Bill Gates is in charge of the world and 5G's and and then fucking Howard Donald came out on Twitter saying, "Yeah, I agree." It's like take that and 5G, right?
Well, I'm going to say this: I don't think any members of Take That have any experience. They certainly don't have any graduate work in telecommunications.
Have you seen them playing Smells Like Teen Spirit?
No.
Oh God! Right, everybody in the comments who's seen it, tell Dan. I'm going to stand back. Tell Dan in 6 words what Take That doing Smells Like Teen Spirit is like.
While we're waiting,
yes, Robbie is also into Pizzagate. Yes, he also propagates the myth about Hillary Clinton having paedophile pizza people. Okay, Edlid Llewellyn says it's bad. 6 words, come on.
We need more than that. Go nuts. Really.
I can easily tell Dan right now, but it's more fun if you guys join in because we're both red people. We need people to help us.
Down it.
Oh
down
God!
it.
No! What have I said that's wrong? Dan, for fuck's sake, run! Yeah, it's a pile of fucking shite.
It's a pile of
Teen
fucking
Spirit,
shite.
I take that is a rotten. No, it's not, Dwayne.
Right.
It's fucking appalling. Dan, 6 words I said, guys. It's the reason Kurt died. Yeah, possibly. Basically, you know what annoys me about it most of all as a bass player is that I think it's Jason Orange on drums. It's Gary Barlow singing lead vocals in leather trousers or like PVC trousers. The other fella is playing guitar. But Mark Owen is on bass. And what annoys me about it most of all is that Teen Spirit is... Okay, I'm going to be boring and musical for a moment. It is F, B flat, A flat, C sharp. Okay, right. Which you can easily do on a bass guitar very easily. But he decides to go on 2 strings for the entire bit. This is me being boring. But it fucking drives me insane every time I see it. And Mark Owen is a prick to bass players. Does it still sound like the Pixies? No. The bass guitar is bigger than Marco, and it's so horrible to watch. Like watching cold soup explain.
Somebody,
horrible.
point and counterpoint. Someone who said Teen Spirit by Take That is erotic as hell.
It's not. It's horrible. After this show, you should go and watch it. John, this is more than 6 words, but it's also correct. It's so bad. Because the guy playing drums, I think, is Jason Orange. He can't play drums very well. It's basically like a teenage band. You know, sometimes when you're a senior school and you get to the end of the year, and then someone would say, "Oh, the people in sixth form, I want to play them." I mean, when I was at school, I remember the sixth form putting on a Skid Row tribute concert in the.
What's a tribute to Skid Row?
Well, they play like 2 Skid Row songs.
What were Skid Row's 2 big songs?
Monkey Business.
Yeah.
I don't know the other one.
Now, who's the lead guy from Skid Row? Was that Sebastian Bach?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was. Yeah, apparently had the biggest penis in metal.
I'm not sure that's that much of a brag. It was a full 5.5.
Oh no! Actually, I'll tell a lie. Tommy Lee apparently had the biggest penis in metal, didn't he?
6.25.
Apparently so. There you go. 6 words. It's Gary Barlow in leather trousers. There you go. But if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you have, I mean, I'm speaking generally here, but we're all the same age, right?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
We
were all there when grunge happened. We all watched it happen. When you watch Take That do grunge, it's a bit like watching Harold Shipman do Last of the Summer Wine.
Which he did do, which was a weird booking.
He definitely did, yeah.
That'd be amazing if that's how they executed people. We're going to bring back capital punishment, but what we're going to do is we're going to kill people in the style of Last of the Summer Wine. So we're just going to push people down a hill in a wheelbarrow in Yorkshire until they die, which they always do.
Yeah. I mean, it's so offensive.
What?
Take That. I mean, when you think about it now, though, I mean, Take That, coming back and then doing Smells Like Teen Spirit, fine. When you look at the Robbie thing from today, you think, well, no wonder they wanted to carry on without him, because he's obviously. Do you remember that press conference? Do you remember that press conference where he was like, "I've just signed a deal with whoever it was, and I'm going to have 100."
I'm rich to be on my wildest dreams. I think I do remember this. Yeah.
It was so offensive. But luckily, he's shit.
Somebody's got a Mark Owen joke. Not joke, comment.
Mark Owen once came to my parents' house and asked for a jacket potato with cottage cheese. I had to tell him we only had cheddar, and he was very disappointed.
Please follow that up. Did he still have it, or did he order something else?
Silence, Shipman. 1 week we did Blankety Blank, and Harold Shipman was the guest, and Wogan had to say that. Harold Shipman is oh god, I've lost it now. Sadly, not on Susan Scott's look. No, he's not. But Hitler is. Go figure. Take twat, more like, right, lads? Yeah.
Imagine being such a fucking good, being such a fucking good that Gary Barlow. Is that a phrase?
Hang on, you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me.
Imagine being such a fucking goon that Gary Barlow tries to distance himself from you.
Oh, with regards to Robbie, yeah.
Wait a minute. We've got to follow up to the early story about the jacket potato. He ordered it with cheddar and beans, but he was quite surly about it. I want to know what surly Mark Owen. So I was like, oh no, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna give you.
Why would you order a jacket potato with cheddar and beans?
Why would you be surly about that? First of all, it's the best meal.
What do you say? I mean, surely he should order it with like kale. Because then he could say, Kale, I'm back again. That's my one Take That joke. Dwayne Hickman won that. Howard Donald is the only pop star named after 2 ducks. That's very fucking true.
Yeah. Well, what name other ducks?
Donald, Daffy, Howard. That's it.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So
Louie,
Dewey.
Scrooge.
McDuck. Scrooge, yeah.
But that's just him being Scottish.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I call Huey Scrooge.
I'd like to know if Scrooge McDuck has ever been nutried.
Why? Have you heard
He's a bit Savile-esque, isn't he?
Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah.
You know what? I think he just fucks piles of money.
Well, so did Jimmy Savile. You know, Jimmy Savile got buried in concrete and a gold coffin.
Oh, okay. There's something in that then.
He'd obviously heard about Brian Harvey's incident. Who? Robbie Williams?
No, Mark Owen.
All right. You should look up Boyzone's. Oh, God, yeah. I mean, everyone's seen it, but if you haven't...
I've seen that. Even I've seen that. I've seen nothing.
It feels like if you were running like a gay escort agency, someone would come in and say, I've got these guys that you might be interested in. You'd be like, what have you got to show me? And they'd be like, here. It's unpleasant. It's really unpleasant.
I like Byrne's reaction afterwards, just sort of like, well, good luck to them.
Good luck to them. I'll never forget the Budweiser fucking braces. My wife once dropped a pint into Joe Amoro's handbag. Now, is Joe from S Club 7?
Yeah, I think so.
She's the racist one, right?
Is she still racist, or was it one thing that happened?
Well, I think if you're racist, you don't stop being racist, I think.
I have a friend who stopped being homophobic. Does that count?
I don't know. Can you
fucking
ducking? Can you stop being homophobic if you're homophobic? I don't know. The Leeds Museum has massively obvious blank spaces on the walls, but yeah. The best example of the raising history is, of course, the Savile headstone itself, which was 2 headstones. I mean, he's obviously spent a lot of money on it. And there was a huge poem that it had been written by the poet, Jimmy Savile, in which he was praising himself. And, of course, it didn't last very long. If anyone in the comments wants to copy and paste what he said on his gravestone.
Something we have avoided, or you've avoided, possibly strategically, is that Dwayne has been suggesting Welsh place names for you to attempt to pronounce.
Oh, yeah.
There's one there.
John, please pronounce. Dol Galachiu. How did I do?
The first third was perfect.
Okay, let me try again. Dol. Gel.
No, because it's 2 L's.
All right, Dol, Gech.
Yeah.
Ow.
No, the A is, so the U is an I sound in English. So
okay, go Dol Gehai.
Nearly, just get the double L sound right.
Dol Gehai. Dol Gehai.
Fucking brilliant. You know what? That was really good. We spent a year doing Ewan Griffith, and you nailed Dolgeckai, which is one of the tougher ones. And also, I've got family there, so this one was important.
You know what? If we were back in that wonderful beer garden in Edinburgh right now, I'd do shots.
Oh, well, I'm doing shots. Now, you know what? At some point in the not too distant future, we will actually get together. We will drink, and this will be the entire broadcast. Will be me with a map of Wales, and you going, right, I'm going to have a go at that one.
When I worked at the National Railway Museum, we regularly had to remove photos from donated collections and give them back to the families of early 20th century photographers.
Wait a minute. The National Railway Museum? Is this photographs of people exposing themselves on a train?
Can't click every trip.
Well, yeah, but not flick every trip or something.
Welsh don't have the fucking monopoly on stupid place names. They do a bit. They do a bit.
No. If I may, the English have much stupider place names. Ours are just difficult to pronounce. Yours are insane.
No, you have much stupid place. What's the big long one? Long Dickly Lacha Dicky Wacky Backy Wacky Hooey.
Yes, you nailed that first time.
Oh, what is it? What is it? Go on. Right, compare that to Milton Keynes.
I'm not talking about Milton Keynes, but you've got.
I mean, give me an English place name that's worse than that.
Right. Okay. You know what? Everyone, give me a hand. I know there's some Welsh people here. Stupid English place names. Chipping Sodbury is fucking weird.
Here we go. Look, while we're waiting, Savile's headstone genuinely said it was good while it lasted and featured a poem that declared Savile made young dreams come true. That is 100% true. And it was there for a while and then it got smashed down. But he is buried in concrete. and
Why
there
is he
you go.
buried in concrete? Was there a reason? for
I
that?
think he possibly knew that things might happen. As Paul Litchfield will know, the highest point of Cornwall is called Brown Willie.
There you go.
My favourite poem about the National Railway Museum, I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. Penny Come Quick Hill, Portsmouth, Plymouth. I don't know if that's real. It might not be.
I bet they are. I've got a list of ones here. If I can get the thing to load up.
Firing Ho,
Fingering Hole.
Western Superman. Is that super? Well, you can't say that. I mean,
Nether Poppleton. I mean, Boxport.
Farley Wallop.
Right, okay. There's a place in Worcestershire called Bell End.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not as stupid as what's the Welsh one?
Which, if I may, was just named that as
Right.
a marketing ploy to get people there.
Seriously, right? What's the English place called you just mentioned?
Bell End.
Right. If I'm at the ticket office and my train is approaching, and I said I'd like one for Bell End, yeah, it's funny. But if I had to say one for
The
the train's gone by the time I said that. So
right.
I'd rather, for not the first time in my life, I'd rather have the Bell End in my mouth.
You know what? Now you just complain. You're just complaining that the Welsh have a better length.
Well, they do, but sadly, no one sticks around to watch it.
Because you. All right. Okay. I'll be honest with you. The list I've just found are just rude place names in England, which I will just run through.
Cleckheaton. Go on.
We have no dirty place names in Wales. I'll say that. You people are filth.
Right.
Okay, so you know what? Hell with it. It's getting late. We'll do it as Christopher Walken. Bell End, Worcestershire. Bishop's Spit, Kent. Bishop's Ooze, also Kent. Greedy Gut, East Yorkshire. Breast Sand, Norfolk. Nabs Crook, Dorset. Twat. Just twat.
You sound Welsh when you say twat.
I did then, yeah, because it was like there's nothing more satisfying than saying twat with a Welsh. You fucking twat. In the Orkneys. Moorcock, Lancashire. Thongmore. That's just fun to say. Tit Hill.
I mean, Tit Hill. I mean, where is Tit Hill? I want to move there right now.
I'm so sorry. It's Titty Hill, and it's in East
Titty
Sussex.
Hill.
Titty Hill.
Fuck, that's not far from me. I'm going to move to Titty Hill.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't care. I just want to live there.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. I don't know if that means the house prices are higher or lower, but yeah. And then North Yorkshire, personal favourite, Cockheads. Just Cockheads.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're at the point of the evening where we might have to look at some things we've written earlier. Because, Dan,
Yes.
it's time to talk to Ronnie's.
Oh fuck! All right, I'll load my thing up. Wait a minute.
I mean, you think a comedy writer of esteem would be professional, but
Well,
Dan's involved in the tourist trap, aren't you?
I was, yeah. It's got cancelled now, but yeah.
Has it?
Yeah, it's been cancelled.
Oh, I'm sorry to bring that up. I thought it was still going.
No, it just got cancelled.
I saw a tweet the other day saying it's coming to BBC Two or something.
Repeats might be, but yeah, it's yeah.
I'm sorry to fuck a corpse in front of you. Sorry about
It's all right.
that. You were in it, of course.
I was in it, of course.
A man with a hat.
And I was a man with a hat in it, my own hat, I think. I think, yeah, the sad thing was most of the costume. I was playing a real lunatic, and I just brought my own costume.
I must say that when I saw the photo of you in it, I thought, he's just put a hat on.
He's just put a hat on. I did shave my beard to be particularly repulsive.
He's just put a hat on. There are comments from people before we go. Bedtime for the boys. Thank you, Diane. Can I just say I'm having a lovely time? Thank you, Greg.
Greg Evigan, I've been having a lovely time.
Dan is great, and I'm so pleased he's here this evening. BBC Radio, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did. That might be the thing you think of. There was a BBC, there was a Radio Wales version, just a half hour, sort of tying up the loose ends special last week.
Cancelled bugger. It was lovely.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
It was good.
Something
It
else.
was
Something else
good.
come up. We're always working on other stuff.
Well, the good thing about working as a Welsh comedy writer in Welsh comedy is that there's going to be always something there for you.
Yes. Not money, but something.
Always something. I mean, again, not to get too boring into it, but when I first met you, you told me for a long time about there was a TV show in Wales which was just about a river.
There was, yeah, but there was a show called. I love talking about this. There was a show called Fields of Wales, where a camera crew would just wander around rural Wales and look for a farmer, and then they would go, "Oh, is this your field? Yeah. Can we just interview you about this field?" And they'd be like, "No, 50 quid, yeah." And they would just go, "This is obviously the hedge," and that was the show. And then one time he went, "This field's called Streamfield, and I'll show you why." And he was most of the show is the camera crew following into a stream and going, "There you fucking are."
You see, the thing is that when I met you at the Crafts Comedy, you were really angry about that, and now you're quite chilled out about it. But when I first met you, you were serious. It was like vile about this particular TV show. So it's quite.
Well, I don't know if there's anyone from Welsh media watching. I wouldn't want to rage.
Tremendous evening. Thank you, Dwayne. Lovely stuff. Thank you, Mark. Night. Thanks for a great show. Thank you. I mean, we've got a few jokes to come that I wrote this morning.
There we
So
go.
that's fun. Dan was great. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, John. Also great.
Thanks for having me, everyone. This feels like a very tight-knit community, and it's lovely to be part of it.
Sorry, and I hope you can come back one day.
I would love to.
Maybe one day we won't wear the same costume.
No, I'll just wear my nipple tassels next time.
But Dan, over to you.
And that's all we have time for tonight. Just before we go, some news. Exciting news in the diet world today, as a new regime was unveiled. The creator says that since he's been solely eating garlic and rotten eggs, he's lost 15 stone and 18 friends.
An Exeter man was today crowned as the most superstitious person in the world after he was trapped in a lift with 13 porn stars and he pressed the alarm button.
Due to heavy fog in central London, the actor playing Peter Pan in this year's pantomime had to be diverted from London Palladium and ended up landing at the Palace Theatre in Manchester.
Excitement today as Southern Rail organised their very first wedding. The bride looked utterly wonderful in her dress, but her train was 20 minutes late.
Wait a minute. I mean, in golf today, while looking for his ball in the water, Tiger Woods accidentally hit something else. The crowd was shocked, but after consultation, the judges awarded him a toad in the hole in one.
Hey! And finally, Leo Crimp, the world's oldest cannibal, was celebrated at a dinner in London today. He began by toasting his fan club, before moving on to sautéing his neighbours with peppers and a few onions. Ladies and gentlemen, there's our jokes for this evening.
Oh.
And yes, you know what? Come and see me at 11 p.m. every Friday, and I'm great. Other than that, I'm a mess. But Dan, thank you so much. It's been, as always, wonderful. It's wonderful to see you, to chat to you, to joke with you, to laugh. And yeah, I'm drinking Australian beer. What of it?
I've got a little bit of whiskey left, and I'm going to use this to sip for the remainder of my evening.
How much have you got left?
Of my evening?
Of your bottle?
Oh, none left in the bottle. It's really just what.
Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell.
That's it.
And what's your plans tomorrow?
Child care. I will begin to care for the children.
I'm off out tomorrow. Hooray.
You
Show us all your hair, John. This feels a bit like...
Yeah, that's a good point. Show us your hair. Show us your hair.
This feels a bit like a kind of kinky thing.
See, it's still in place. No, it looks great.
No, it's kind of a bit weirdly erotic. I'm not a fan of that.
It's straight. Look, my hair is curly as fuck. You use it on your own devices.
I would happily swap with you because you can just do that and you're all right. And I've got straight hair.
Oh, look at me.
What? You? All right.
No, it looks.
I'll tell you something else about the first time I met you, and this is brilliant. is that I reckon about 2 pints into meeting you, I turned to you and I said, "You look like McNulty from The Wire," and you went, "Yes, I do."
Yeah, I get that. I
You
get that a
didn't go
lot.
like, "No, I don't." You went, "Yeah, I
No,
do."
no, I get that a lot, and I say, "What the fuck did I do?" It's just I
Mhm.
know that. Yeah, I know there's a similarity there. In fact, for a long time, in the early days of Facebook, I put his picture as my Facebook profile from when he was in a movie called Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nobody noticed it wasn't me. They thought it was just me in like a big wig. John looks like Lamal. Turn around.
But the best thing about when I first met you, you had loads of fags, and you were constantly like, "Have a fag, have
Yeah.
a fag, have a fag."
Yeah.
I remember those sort of things. So anyway, we should be off air by now. So
Oh God.
Dan looks like Harry Styles. Dan, bank that. Bank that.
Which Harry Styles is who now?
He's the One Direction fella.
Oh, the 12-year-old.
Yeah, well, if you tweet about him, you get like 1 million people saying he's beautiful. So
We can. Dan's curly hair is best. We can muck about with it. John has the straight ones. I feel for him.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I've got
Mhm.
like proper boring, stupid straight hair. You've got like curly hair where you can just like put stuff in it and hair dry it. And
The fact that this has been cut with like kitchen equipment and it's still.
I mean, you've done better than me. I've booked my haircut for the 6th of July, and I cannot wait.
A hairdresser's opening in England.
On the 4th of July, yeah.
Oh, we're keeping them shut in Wales because we don't want to die.
Well, you're doing better than us. We're led by a balloon full of toss. So, but we should have finished 6 minutes ago. Dan looks like Ruth Ellis, the last woman to be hanged in England. No, he doesn't.
Wait a minute. I mean, we can hang up if we want. What do you call it? We can end the broadcast because actually, unfortunately, we are. What is the show that's on after us?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing. Well, then it doesn't matter.
I'll just phone YouTube. Hang on. No one's on after us, no. But we should probably go because that's what we said, 9 to 11.
Wait a minute. Is that? Do I look like Ruth Ellis? Is that Ruth Ellis?
You don't look like... That's Ruth Ellis, the last woman hanged in England. You don't look like her.
Thanks.
You look like Derek Bentley.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for watching this evening. Oh, fuck off. I don't look like Anne Diamond. No, you hang up. Yeah, that's where we are. Dan, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We're down to the solid fans right now because everybody's left. John looks like Ho Chi Man.
Yeah.
It's real. Let's just go. Dan, thank you so much for coming this evening.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you, and good night.